Welcome to New Mexico Black Rifle Operators Union. I'm your host, Sean. I just seen in the news again, and it hit me just because it bothers me. Michigan State, the mass shooting. So I've already posted up or had something drop earlier today to talk about this, but it bothers me really, really bad that the ABC coverage specifically that's been about the shooting that happened at Michigan State. Couple things here. It seems too on the nose that another mass shooting happened as their giant push, both locally in the New Mexico sphere, but nationally, that the push is for anti-gun amendments and legislation. It's too on the nose. There's too many things happening that suggest that if this is all coincidence, which I believe in coincidence to a degree, but not in the way we're seeing it. There are too many things happening at once to nullify and say that this is all coincidence. What really bothers me about this is this guy was on the radar yet again. This seems to be a reoccurring theme with mass shootings, and mass shootings are, in their world, are anyone that has more than 2 victims. Now, why I have a problem with this specifically is having been in Aztec in 2017 and having to deal with the blowback from that. It seems to be a reoccurring theme that these shooters, the ones that keep doing this, 1, they're mentally ill enough that they are on the police radar. 2, the police refuse to use the tools that they have to mitigate this so that this doesn't happen. In my case, in Aztec, the shooter was known. He was on the radar of Aztec PD. Aztec PD didn't have any tool to get after them and stop him other than after the fact. I think they could have put him in the hospital for a week. I don't know that that would have helped because it was before he even owned a firearm. If you look at the next phase that happened, he was he was known by the FBI. And apart from Brad and some of the field agents I've met, it seems like the FBI is kind of worthless nowadays and weaponized against anyone, well, the American people specifically. I don't know that this is a commonality with law enforcement. I know they have tools because I've talked to law enforcement, specifically the guy I keep mentioning all the time, Shane. This is why I'm so disappointed about this stuff, is because I know the guy and he is very upright and he is all about freedom, and to see him back down, that's where I was going with that. But it's disheartening to know that they have tools that they can use to stop things like this already, and they keep going after these quote assault rifles when they're just modern sporting rifles. In that more and more people that are disturbed are doing bad things. And they're blaming us in the 2A community for this, for simply exercising our rights and owning a piece of property, owning a piece of metal and plastic or wood. And the majority, there are 400 million guns in the United States. There's a population of 330 million people in the United States. If there was a gun problem with normal average citizens, the government would know it, because it would be a hell of a lot bigger than what we're seeing. The increase in crime, the increase in shooting that we're seeing is twofold. Number 1, I think it's a media problem. If it bleeds, it leads. So the media is going to naturally gravitate towards those types of stories. Number 2 is we still have not seen the full blowback of shutting down our country for 2 years. And the mental health issues that have been going on with that are something that we're now just seeing. So it is a good plan to start addressing this as a mental health issue like it's always been. And instead, our lawmakers are going after us, the American citizen. Make your voices heard. Call your reps. Call your senators. Call your local officials. Let them know where you stand. donate to Gun Owners of America and FPC because they're the only ones that seem to be doing anything in New Mexico. New Mexico Shooting Sports Association seems to be at the forefront of every one of these gun bills. And I mean standing against them. FPC and GOA are the ones that are raising all these lawsuits. Just some thoughts about this. It's tragic to see yet another shooting, but I still think that the media specifically and lawmakers are focusing in on the wrong aspects of this to fix the problem. Like, share, subscribe, be great.